When people think of the United States, they often imagine a land of opportunity, innovation, and beauty. But beneath the polished skyline and world-famous attractions, some cities are grappling with serious environmental and public health issues. From trash-strewn streets and crumbling infrastructure to toxic air and overwhelmed waste systems, these urban centers expose the less glamorous side of modern America. Today, we reveal the top 10 dirtiest cities in the U.S. in 2025, and you won't believe which city tops the list. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to Global Lens for more in-depth insights into the world's most surprising places and hidden realities. Number 10. Newark, New Jersey. Newark continues to struggle with poor waste management, low public satisfaction, and dangerous pollution levels. In 2025, only 39% of residents report being satisfied with the city's garbage disposal services. Trash piles up in public spaces, affecting not only the appearance of neighborhoods but also posing significant health risks, especially in lower-income communities where city services are slower to respond. Water quality remains a major concern. Newark ranks among the lowest of major U.S. cities for clean drinking water, with industrial pollutants frequently contaminating the supply. Past scandals involving lead in the water supply have undermined public trust, and efforts to upgrade the infrastructure have been slow due to funding limitations. Public safety issues also worsen the city's reputation. High crime rates and persistent stories of theft, even during city council meetings, contribute to Newark's image as a city overwhelmed by systemic problems. Pothole-ridden roads, underfunded public transportation, and illegal dumping reinforce the sense of neglect. Many residents express frustration that their concerns are not taken seriously by local authorities. Solving these challenges requires coordinated reform in sanitation, infrastructure, and law enforcement. Number 9. Los Angeles, California. Despite its glamorous reputation and status as a global cultural hub, Los Angeles continues to rank poorly for cleanliness in 2025. The city suffers from persistent smog, driven by its enormous population and notoriously congested freeways. On average, residents endure more than 90 high-ozone days per year, many of them concentrated during the sweltering summer months. Trash accumulation remains a serious problem. Homeless encampments, industrial zones, and even upscale neighborhoods show signs of inadequate waste collection. While the city has implemented advanced recycling programs, participation remains uneven. In several districts, waste sits for days before being collected. Pest infestations, especially in low-income neighborhoods, have become a public health concern. The rat population has surged in areas where food waste is abundant, and complaints about insects and other vermin are rising. Community organizations have called for expanded cleanup efforts and better funding for waste collection. These sanitation issues not only tarnish the city's image, but also contribute to growing health disparities across communities. Number 8. San Bernardino, California. San Bernardino is one of the most polluted cities in the country, and the trend continues into 2025. Despite efforts to reduce emissions and promote clean energy, the city still receives failing grades from the American Lung Association for both ozone and particulate matter pollution. The health impacts are especially visible among children, who suffer from asthma and other chronic respiratory illnesses at elevated rates. Geography plays a major role in San Bernardino's pollution. Encircled by mountains, the city sits in a basin that traps dirty air. This creates a thick smog that lingers for days, particularly during periods of high heat and low wind. Industrial development in the area is another major factor. Warehouses, distribution centers, and transportation corridors release large volumes of pollutants, while lax enforcement means many facilities continue to operate without adequate emissions controls. Schools near industrial areas often report higher illness absentee rates. Illegal dumping and poor waste collection services further diminish quality of life for residents. Number 7. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Philadelphia's historical charm is overshadowed by widespread littering, aging infrastructure, and underperforming sanitation systems. While its landmarks draw millions of tourists, areas like Kensington are plagued by waste, drug paraphernalia, and decaying streets. In 2025, the contrast between the city's commercial center and struggling neighborhoods has never been more stark. The city's outdated sewer systems regularly overflow during storms, dumping untreated wastewater into rivers and streets. Illegal dumping and vacant lots remains rampant, particularly in West and North Philadelphia, where city oversight is weakest. Rodent infestations continue to grow as the city struggles to control trash and food waste. Trash bins overflow on busy corners, and recycling participation has declined due to inconsistent service. Reports of overflowing trash have become more common even in areas that previously had reliable service. Residents report frequent delays in garbage pickup, compounding an already dire situation. While revitalization efforts are underway, they are not keeping pace with the volume of waste or the complexity of the city's infrastructure problems. Number 6. Houston, Texas. Houston's unique lack of zoning laws has long made it a case study in urban planning gone wrong. In 2025, the city's unregulated sprawl allows residential neighborhoods to coexist with oil refineries, chemical plants, and industrial warehouses. The result is widespread pollution and dangerously poor air quality in many communities. The city emits over 683 million metric tons of carbon dioxide annually. Air pollution is worsened by frequent vehicle congestion, especially on the highways that crisscross the city. High levels of particulate matter, nitrogen dioxide, and ground-level ozone have been linked to rising cases of asthma and respiratory illness. Waste management is another critical concern. Illegal dumping is rampant in unmonitored areas, and municipal waste services vary significantly across neighborhoods. Flooding during storms often spreads garbage across entire communities. Public health experts warn that some neighborhoods face disproportionate exposure to hazardous materials. Despite being a center of economic growth, Houston is struggling to manage the environmental consequences of its rapid development. Number 5. Detroit, Michigan. Detroit's environmental challenges stem from decades of economic hardship and population decline. In 2025, the city ranks near the bottom for water quality and waste management. Many residential neighborhoods still rely on decaying infrastructure, including lead-lined pipes that pose serious health risks. The 2014 water crisis in nearby Flint has made residents especially wary of water safety. In Detroit, boil water advisories are not uncommon, and water main breaks disrupt daily life with alarming frequency. The city's sanitation department is understaffed and underfunded, resulting in irregular trash pickup and accumulation of waste. Illegal dumping in abandoned lots is a pervasive issue. These areas often attract hazardous materials and create breeding grounds for pests. Overgrown lots and debris-strewn streets are common sights in neglected areas. Revitalization efforts in the city center have brought some improvement, but the progress has yet to extend to the majority of Detroit's neighborhoods. Long-term solutions require substantial investment, both from government and private sectors. Number 4. New York City, New York. With over 8 million residents, New York City generates more trash than any other U.S. city. The sheer volume, over 12,000 tons daily, puts immense pressure on its sanitation systems. In 2025, the city continues to face challenges in managing waste, particularly in the outer boroughs where services are slower and infrastructure is older. Overflowing garbage bags line sidewalks in areas like the Bronx and Queens. These piles attract rats, and the city's rat population is now estimated to exceed 2 million. Pest control efforts have intensified, but progress is slow. Air quality in New York remains a pressing issue. Emissions from vehicles, buildings, and industrial activity create a toxic cocktail that settles over densely packed neighborhoods. Urban noise and light pollution are also on the rise. While city parks and green initiatives help offset some emissions, the benefits are unevenly distributed. Lower-income communities still experience the brunt of environmental degradation. Number 3. Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix's extreme heat intensifies many of its environmental problems. In 2025, the city continues to record over 30 high ozone days annually, placing vulnerable populations at heightened risk. The Sunbelt city's rapid growth has outpaced the capacity of its waste management infrastructure. Litter is common in public parks, near transit centers, and in densely populated areas. While Phoenix has implemented new recycling programs, participation remains low. Many residents are unclear about guidelines, and contamination rates in recycling bins are high. Phoenix also faces a growing homelessness crisis. Without sufficient shelter space or public restrooms, many individuals are forced to live in unsanitary conditions, leading to the spread of waste in public spaces. Increasing numbers of encampments are appearing near city parks and highways. Public awareness campaigns and city investments are underway, but results have been mixed. The combined effects of pollution, climate, and poverty have made Phoenix one of the least clean cities in the Southwest. Number 2. San Francisco, California. San Francisco, often associated with innovation and scenic beauty, faces severe cleanliness issues. The city's high cost of living has left thousands homeless, and the resulting encampments contribute to visible waste and hazardous conditions. In neighborhoods like the Tenderloin and Soma, it is common to see needles, human waste, and garbage scattered across sidewalks. Public restrooms are in short supply, and cleanup crews are overwhelmed by the constant demand. San Francisco's water quality ranks near the bottom of U.S. cities, reflecting challenges in managing runoff and industrial pollutants. Recent efforts to upgrade infrastructure and expand services have stalled due to political gridlock and budget shortfalls. The city has implemented mobile hygiene stations and expanded mental health outreach, but critics argue that these measures only treat symptoms. Business owners frequently report losses due to unsanitary conditions around their shops. Without structural reform and expanded housing options, San Francisco's sanitation crisis is expected to persist. Number 1. Las Vegas, Nevada. Las Vegas tops the list in 2025 due to its unprecedented levels of waste production, poor air quality, and strained city services. Despite having only a quarter of Los Angeles' population, Las Vegas produces over 15,000 tons of waste daily. The bulk of this comes from the hospitality sector, with casinos and hotels generating massive volumes of food waste, packaging, and disposable materials. Tourism is both a boon and a burden. The constant influx of visitors overwhelms the city's trash disposal systems. Sidewalks on the Strip are cleaned regularly, but areas just a few blocks away are often neglected. Illegal dumping in residential neighborhoods is on the rise. Las Vegas also battles dangerous air pollution levels, primarily from vehicles and industrial zones surrounding the metro area. The city's basin geography traps smog, which builds up quickly during periods of heat and low wind. Health officials warn that these conditions could lead to a rise in chronic illnesses. The long-term health implications include rising rates of asthma and cardiovascular disease among residents. Efforts to increase recycling and reduce single-use plastics have had minimal impact. Without significant policy shifts and infrastructural investments, Las Vegas may struggle to reverse these environmental challenges. Until systemic changes are made to how Las Vegas handles both residential and commercial waste, the city is likely to retain its spot at the top of this unfortunate list. From aging infrastructure and industrial pollution to homelessness and ineffective waste systems, these cities represent the growing environmental challenges facing urban America. Addressing these issues will require bold policy changes, community action, and long-term investment. Which city surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Global Lens for more revealing stories from around the world.